family. What's going on out there, people? What's going on, all you happy hashers out there? What up, what up, what up? I know it's been a hot minute since I've been, trying to be relevant on making videos every single day. Well, with work, it's harder to do that, of course. But at least doing at least one video a week. But I changed jobs, getting settled in over there now. Bam. So hopefully everybody has been having an amazing couple of weeks since I've been on hiatus because of, changing jobs, still wrenching, still being a mechanic, all that good stuff, I mean, you can always tell a real mechanic. It takes like 4 or 5 times to get the crud out from underneath your fingernails. Just saying. Just saying. What's going on, Sadie? What's up, Nick? What's going on, everybody? You're all sliding on in. Don't forget to smash that lizardy like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff, guys. So, let's get into some of the stuff that we got going on for today. One thing I love looking at every once in a while, U.S. debt clock. If you guys have not seen this before, this is like a meme in itself, right? It's like an outright meme at this point. This is the U.S. debtclock.org. I don't get paid for this. It is a literal meme in itself. What is it doing? It's tracking all the ridiculous spending that the government does and showing that it's impossible for them to tax their way out of this at this point. We're hyperinflated. They're just kind of fluffing the numbers to try to hide it at this point. You can't have almost $35 trillion in circulation and things to stay the same, right? It's not going to be status quo here. So, unfortunately, this is not sustainable for us Americans. And it doesn't matter if they sit there and they think the government thinks they can flood the market with more people to tax. Well, that more people has a negative effect on the backside that, well, now there's too many people fighting for the limited amount of jobs that are really out there. This now drives the price down because, oh, you don't want to do it? Well, Pablo over here that's been, has amnesty right now, will sit there and do it for you. Price goes down for income earners, even the immigrants that will be working. Their income will drop significantly. And then they're going to recognize that they just left their shithole for the same shithole. Whenever it's, inflation's 4 times what you make. And yeah, you barely make any money. So, yeah, this is something that's gonna it's going to impact a lot of people very quickly, guys. So, keep your head on a swivel with all of this stuff. Make sure that you're setting stuff up in place, not just having crypto, right? But being able to hedge against, oh shoot, the food is too expensive. I guess I won't eat this week. Yeah, you can't sustain that either. If it's 4 times what you can actually spend that particular week to actually eat, oh, I'll eat next week. This is where you kind of want to start thinking about growing your own food. Not life advice. I'm just saying that you might want to start thinking about this, peeps. You might want to start thinking about it. And while you're thinking about it, if you haven't done so already, I know, shameless shill. Check out my other YouTube channel if you guys are wanting to get into learning how to garden and all that good stuff. Kind of do urban farming. Even if you have to do it at your own house, if you got a house, rent a house, have an apartment. When you get an apartment, I have ways. I don't show them because I have a house. But if you have an apartment and you're looking for a few ideas on how to grow your own food in your own apartment, hit me up. Discord, links down below, of course, if you're new here, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's like we all should be starting to think about I guess getting into the whole crypto market is what kind of started opening up my eyes to all of this stuff. And you know, this is year 2 now of me gardening, full on gardening. Year 1, I've had the chickens for a whole year now, guys. So I know all that stuff will be, you know, I'll shill it here every so often on this channel, but a lot of that information, if you guys are really wanting to get into it, start subscribing over there, and give you all the chicken updates you crave. It's like hashtag lemon tree gang. Link in for the channel, please. Oh, you know what? I could certainly do that, my man. Hold on one moment. Let me do this for you. I really should be better at like, if I'm gonna shill, you know, shill it, right? Do it right. Copy, and then Espada. Paste. There we go. And copy pasta. There we go. Link in the channel, please. Here you go. RN Homesteading. So if you guys want to head on over there, check it out. You can get all the gardening stuff that you want to sit there and do. I've got a few videos in the works. Let me know if you guys want to do like a live Q&A session with me and my missus. Because this is a channel for me and her, kind of documenting what we're doing to start trying to set up to be an off-grid lifestyle. And what is off-grid? You ain't tied to anything that is government supplemented. You have your own electricity. You're not hooked onto the grid. You don't have sewer. You don't get mail. Yeah, you don't got anything out there. No water. I mean, you'll have water, but you have to be sustainable on your own property. It's overwhelming if you just dive into the deep end with all of this. But you guys want to if you really want to do this, break it down into smaller little bite-sized segments and start learning the process. And then if you ever make the move later on, it's not going to be, oh my God, I got to figure out how to grow food, take care of animals, and my land, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's too much. Way too much. Self-sustainable for the win. Heck yeah, Sadie. I mean, that's what all crypto is about too, trying to be self-sustainable with your own money, right? That's what this is all about. You know, trying to make sure that you're preserving your money. This is a great segue into this, guys. Great segue. I mean, I buy Bitcoin at 72,000. I was told Lambo. I was told Moon. I was like, Lambo, Moon. Yes, Lambo and Moon. It's time. I was like, where are we going? 100K. I was like, oh, bro. Bitcoin's failed me. It's going down. Peter Schiff was right. He was right this whole time. Bitcoin can do an 80% retracement from here. We're all screwed. I mean, it couldn't hold. It fell apart. Look at this. It fell apart. We have a couple of tops here. Bam, bam. A couple of tops, and now we're plummeting. Is this the 80% retracement? Possibly. Possibly. What up, son of a rabbit? 22! Got that 22s up, my man. What's going on? What's going on? So, I mean, Bitcoin just couldn't hold it. You know, Bitcoin's not going to be plummeting. I mean, with the writing's on the wall. I mean, look at this. I mean, if I was a true DeGen, I would have gotten into the Leo coin. You know, it's up. It's up still. Everybody else is down. I would have been winning here. Tau. Oh, man. 12% gains, dude. 594, man. If I was a true DeGen, I'd be up. I mean, it's like a true DeGen. You're going to buy everything on this front page. everything that's here, you're gonna have a little bit of everything here, right? I mean, look at this. Kava would have been up 19%. Bitcoin's down 2%. It's like, ouch. And then, I mean, if I was a true DeGen, bro, Book of Meme. I mean, this one just says it all. Book of Meme. You should just buy it. It pumped hard. Look at this. It's up like big time, guys. Don't buy, mine the coin. And you see, and then I do mine these coins. See, that's what's awesome about this. You know, I mean, Bitcoin's failed. I mean, it's breaking down now. I mean, I don't even mine Bitcoin right now. I mean, why don't I mine Bitcoin? Here's why. Right here. This is why I don't mine Bitcoin. If I would have saved up some money and gotten the Antminer KS5 Pro, I'd have been making $132.48 a day, guys. It's like, bro, that's baller money there. I mean, all I have to do is save up the same amount of money as a new car. You know, $32,000. It'd be a base model car, nothing fancy, but that'd be a new vehicle right there. I just have to save up for a new vehicle, and I would be able to buy it. And this is what I like even more, guys. I don't know about you. I like to help out the community when I can. And, you know, you got Mine Shop right here. This very first vendor. Dude, this is Guntis. I mean, we can help out a fellow YouTuber and buy his $32,000 machine off of him. I mean, I don't know any of these other people really, but man, I know Guntis, and I'd support him. I mean, you come back here and you know, it's like you got the Ivy Link and you got the Antminer KS3. Even that one's doing good. A KS3, $53, about $54 a day at 12 cents per kilowatt hour. It's profitable. And what's the price tag on this? 14 grand. So a used car, you can buy this thing for the price of a used car. I mean, think about it. It's gonna net you back I'd say about $18,000. If everybody keeps on flooding Caspa, you'll get about $14,000. At least by the end of the year. So, I mean, you could break even in 1 year. Like, I mine with MRR and I pay with LTC. Nice. Yeah, whenever I was using Simple Miner OS for my mining software for my GPUs, yeah, I used to I paid for everything in Litecoin. Fees are low, and it transfers through the network faster. It has more utility to me. I mean, Bitcoin, you got to wait like a half an hour before, you know, you got to wait for at least three blocks before you can count the transactions. So I mean, you're waiting at least a half an hour, and then good God, if it's a congested network, it's damn near unusable. Nobody's using Lightning Network. No one. Who does that? Right? Who does that? I mean, hell, even with my GPUs, what am I mining? Altcoins, right? So I mean, I've basically been a DeGen this whole time. Like 6 blocks to confirm. Yeah, exactly. Now you're talking an hour. An hour. Bitcoin's failed, right? Bitcoin's failed. Failure. Then you got, your most profitable GPU coins, $2.51 a day, right? Hold on here. Hold on here. $2.51 a day. Let's see here. Well, the What's Miner M63S will make you $21 a day, but you have to have at least one circuit that can handle, about 10,000 watts. So that one's not something that we can have. So we got to go down the pipeline. 5,000 watts, nope. 6,000 watts, nope. Let's see here. 5,000 watts, not really. Now we come down into the Antminer S21 Pro, 3,500 watts. You're making $15 a day. But now you have the world's loudest aircraft going off in your room. Your girlfriend and your wife will not like you. FA just got the notice. Nice, Cryptobadel. Nice. So I mean, a lot of these machines, it's just kind of outside of your price range. An Antminer S21, 200 terahash. It's only $3,000. It's like I could buy a bunch of GPUs for that. If I bought a whole mess of GPUs, like, some 3090s here, making about $1 a day. 3090s are really cheap in price now since the 40 series is out. I can get a bunch of these things and have it hashing pretty damn good. And it's something that I can plug into my house. Because, like, if I sit there and I get this 21 terahash unit here, right? I can only plug this one unit into my electrical outlet. Because I do have two 30 amp circuits in the house that I installed. So I'd be able to run this one unit all by itself for basically $11 of profit a day. $11, $12 a day, right? For the equivalent in the GPU mining, I am making way more for my electric versus my hash power with GPU. It's just, for the home miner, it's more efficient to be mining on GPU. You don't have enough 30 amp or 50 amp 240 volt circuits to be running. And then good God, if you have one of these bigger bad boys on the block, right? You have one of these bigger bad boys on the block, you're talking about a 60 amp circuit, and this thing is going to be running 3-phase. You got your Antminer S21 Hydro. You're talking about a 50 amp 240 volt circuit. Most people don't have their access to this. And then if you do, you're talking one unit being put on there, and you lose out the ability to really utilize that more efficiently. So that's why a lot of home miners are like, stay away from the ASICs. It's not so much that you can't make money on it. It's just that it sucks up the whole circuit that you got, where I could sit there and pump in a whole bunch of more GPUs and actually be ahead. I'm not talking like leaps and bounds. If you're going to make, you got a whole mess of like 3090s, you put in 12 of these and you're making the same amount of money as you would with one of the Bitcoin miners. Now you sit there and stay on top of the most profitable coin with this, and now you're talking about even you can squeak ahead just a little bit. And then you hold on to that coin, wait for it to pump, and then you sit there and you can trade into whatever coin that you want to get into. Just remember, Bitcoin has failed, right? If you guys haven't figured it out, guys, it's motherfucking April Fool's Day. Bitcoin's failed us. You don't want to dollar cost average into Bitcoin. You don't. Bitcoin's failed, right? All these other poop coins are gonna do better. Yep, Sadie. You're 100% right. Oh my god. I was trying to be nice about it, Sadie. I was trying to be nice about it, Sadie. But mining's dead. It's so dead. Should probably turn everything off. I mean, $1 for all that expensive hardware, $1. You're gonna make $1 a day with a 3090. I mean, who bought their GPU during the pandemic? I did. To make $1 a day on something I paid during the pandemic, man, I got the pandemic tax on it. $1 a day, mining's dead. 100%. No. Fuck that, dude. I mine shit coins for Bitcoin, guys. I mean, let's be fucking real about it at this point, right? You don't go on to these here. Here's a good one. Graham, right? What the hell is this crap? Graham? It's on 2 exchanges that look sketchy as shit. Fuck that. Fuck that. So, I mean, you can't sit there and mine every poop coin out there, guys. You can't. Because, you're going to be sitting there taking your huge risk trying to exchange your coin for Bitcoin and get it off the exchange. I've had exchanges lock my coin up for 72 hours before they let me pull it off of their sketchy ass fucking exchange. I'm not even kidding you. I put the request in and it took 72 hours and then they emailed me with an approval on it because they didn't have it. I mean, granted, this is back in the day. This is why you don't send that. If you're going to send any coin to an exchange, be prepared to lose it. That's how I look at it. You are putting it into the actual point of attack for hackers. So you got to make sure that, if you're going to send it to an exchange, until it's back in your wallet, expect it to be gone. Hell yeah, Nick, bro. Hell yeah, brother. It's the only... I mean, you want some full transparency? The only poop coin that I hodl at all, and it's because of the inherent quality of what that coin represents, and being such an old school coin. Monero. It's that's the only poop coin that I have ever held on to long term. I've had Monero at the same time as I've had Bitcoin. Bitcoin's my gold standard. Monero was my privacy coin. And then I would utilize Litecoin for transactions. And I mine Litecoin. And I mine Dogecoin. Do I have some Dogecoin? Yes. Because I have it for the meme. I don't look at that as anything that would ever possess value. And that's kind of how you got to have that little disconnect with some of these coins, right? So it'll be like, okay, I don't trust where these coins can come out. What's this? Who sat? It's like, what the hell is this? But it's actually on an exchange that I would utilize, trade over. I don't believe in this whatever this ZEGGEZ yeah, Zeg Gex. Yeah. Just like looking at that word breaks the matrix trying to pronounce it. I'll never figure it out. Pink chain maxi. Yeah. Hey man, just everybody remember, 420's coming up every year. All your pot coins go up in price. So let's look at the weed coins here really quick. Let's look at the classic. Let's look at pot coin. Pot coin has not had a pump yet. $4.20, nice day. I know. Everybody needs to realize that was. I know it's not very popular, but it's Hitler's birthday, or was Hitler's birthday. Let's see here. Hemp coin. Hemp coin has not had a pump yet. Do year to date. Yep. Hemp coin has not had a pump yet. Let's see here. Oh wow, this one has no metrics to it. Not trading. Wow. Has some of the THC coins actually died? No, say it ain't so. That's a dead coin. Oh, this one's going up. It's pumping a little bit, looks like, but it stays very steady. That hasn't really moved anything. Wow. I wonder if it's gonna hold true. Let's see here. All time. Oh, it just died out. There's somebody holding on to it though with a lot. They've got enough to make it 33 cents. I wonder if any of the THC coins are gonna pump this year. Coming close. Usually it already would have pumped by now. That's odd to me. I mean, to be honest, I mean that's just plain odd. I'm like I said, I'm so used to these the weed coins to be pumping already. I wonder if people don't believe in no more. Say it ain't so. They're all trying to get into that Pepe coin now, you know, and they're probably getting into meme coin. I mean, meme coin's doing amazing, right? Or Book of Meme. All about Book of Meme, dude. They're up almost 20%. And they're still kind of pumping. I haven't even run out of steam. Book of Meme to 10 cents, right? But I mean, when it comes down to all of us normal home miners that can't get into the ASIC side of things unless it's a small form factor, will it be a grid seed miner, a little USB miner, or like a gold shell, something that has been small form factor. It's not as hash rate dense, but the power to hash rate's not too bad for a small at-home miner just trying to go, hey, I can put this miner in over here. I've got a little circuit not doing nothing. So I mean, outside of that, some of your small form factors, maybe if you get into a little bit of coding, you'll go down the route of an FPGA. But there's now all-in-one solutions that are not too bad. I've been hearing through the grapevine that the ice rivers are not that good. Quality-wise behind them, a lot of repairs being done to them. So kind of be wary that you get in the FPGA world and you do break equipment a little bit more often. In my experience at least, but I've always bought used equipment, and God knows how the people before me like beat them up before I touched them. It's hard to really say how people are running the equipment. I don't have control over that. But if you're buying brand new, you know what you're doing. Should last you. A hot failure, whenever it's just kind of getting hot outside and it starts to fail, that's when I start scratching my head going, why are you failing? And in what I would consider normal temperatures that it should be able to operate in. 100 degrees, 120 degrees, it should be able to operate, in my opinion. A lot of these equipment, Bitmain's throttled at 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's the end of the world for those things. The What's miners are usually like about 110 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you start having it going into its thermal protection, and it gets very, very loud. A What's miner that gets hot is not the quietest thing you've ever heard. So you want to avoid that at all costs. It will let you know and everybody around you that it's unhappy. The power supply fan alone, it is like a deafening noise. It's like a 90 mil industrial server fan. Holy cow. It makes the 140 mil fans that are on the What's miner quiet by comparison. I made it home from Wally World. Yo. Nice tech, man. Nice. So, what, it's like, with my 3090s, it's like, what would I be mining with these 3090s? It'd be between Husat and Pyron. You're really talking about, splitting hairs on which one's being more profitable at the moment. And this is all being done at 11 cents. So a 3090 is going to make between $1.38 to $1.35 a day. Gram is not even the most profitable coin for this. It's actually more profitable to be mining Pyron. So, it's like whenever you're looking at some of the stuff, kind of know that sometimes it takes a little bit of digging around. Oop, I didn't switch screens. But yeah, like it shows on here at hashrate.no and it shows that you should be mining Gram. Gram's the most profitable thing. If I were to take a quick look at this, it shows Gram. Everything on Gram. Yeah, Gram. And, it's like you're like, what's it really doing? Here, in this computer alone that I'm streaming on, I got a 3080 Ti. What should I be mining on this one? Gram's making $1.20 a day, right? USAT and Pyrin are $1.19 to $1.17. And I don't have to touch a sketchy looking exchange to get my Bitcoin. I don't have to touch the sketchy exchange. I'll be gladly take a couple of less sats, knowing that I didn't have to go onto a sketchy exchange. Like, still no block still. Oh, you guys are solo mining. Uh-oh, we got Techman with 100 gigahash dedicated to some solo mining. And we got Sadie with 140 gigahash trying to donate a little bit of security to another project, trying to get some of that sweet Obesity Bitcoin. That is true, Nick. Wow, I haven't seen anybody mess with Filecoin in a long time. Like, let's see here. Filecoin. Wow, it's actually been doing good all these years. That's not bad. That's not bad. 3080 Ti personal rig. Yes. You gotta have that personal touch there, you know. So I mean, yeah. For me, I don't have to touch this Gram coin. I don't have to worry about a sketchy little exchange or anything like that. Cool. I'll take a little less yield and know that I am dealing with a better revenue outlook on here. Because like, I mean, this is like the revenue at $1.17 and $1.19 and $1.20. This is all being done at before electric, right? So I'm not sitting here and pulling this coin out for electric anyway. So I get to play with the full amount that I mine. And I don't care where that profit level is. It's that the tradable value to me. So I'm able to trade into Bitcoin. That's all that matters to me. Between USAT and Pyrin, it's 2 cents. That is a rounding error. If I've got a few GPU lottery winners, I can flip the numbers around just by equipment alone, right? So what? Making 10 cents more? I will gladly pay 10 cents in order not to touch a sketchy exchange. I'm perfectly happy with that. And then I mine with my CPUs, all my AMD CPUs, all mine. Mining on that Monero, you know it. So I mean, yeah, for us home miners, we're gonna be messing with shit coins. Well, let's be real. As much as I want to be a Bitcoin maximalist, I have to touch some of this stuff in order to get a more efficient yield on that sweet biddly Bitcoin. So if I could sit there and spend 30 cents to make 60 cents, then to me it's a win. You know, that's the cost of doing business at the end of the day. I'm perfectly okay with that. Now, if it sits there and I'm spending 30 cents and I'm only making 10 cents above that, like I'm making 40 cents altogether, yeah, no. If I start making less than what my electric is, like it's only pulling in 10 cents, no, that shit's off. That is not efficient hardware. It's time to sell it. Whatever, you know. And let's move on to some hardware news. Man. So, Gigabyte is to launch a 4080 Super Extreme Ice Edition. I mean, with the thing being off, it looks kind of cool. Being on, yeah, no. I'm not a huge. I gotta have sparkles on my equipment. I like my stuff, you know, blacked out as a default, so I'm happy with that. But they are limited editions. They are going to be numbered. I think there's only going to be 300 of these in total. So if you guys are into, you know, some of the collector side of GPUs, this might be one of them. It's going to have a 2.7 gigahertz GPU clock on there, so it's going to be a good performer, guys. Trying to see if they had a actual numbering on here. They were actually showing how many they were actually going to be doing. I thought there was something in here that showed that. I don't care, blah, 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 blah. It's going to be a premium card. 300, okay, yep, here it is, there at the end. The bad news is the entire bundle will be limited to 300 units worldwide. So, if you are into GPU collecting, get it while supplies last. You know these things are going to get snatched up really quickly. The one GPU that I have, or actually I have 4 GPUs that are collectors. The Kingpins, and I've got the last gens on the Kingpins, and it will be something, you know, and then I have my my MSI Extreme X edition. It's like Supreme X, yeah, Supreme X. It came with like a little desk mouse pad, its own little support stand, a really fancy box. Yeah, I kept everything because I knew that that's going to be more of a collector's item than anything else over time. So, yeah, how many people will keep the boxes? Especially when they're fancy boxes. Let's see here. And this one kind of, I chuckled at when I saw this. Just saying, I chuckled at this. ASRock launches a new Polaris graphics card. Yes, you heard me right. Launches a new Polaris graphics card. Hold on here. This must be an April Fool's joke. Because it's 2024. And they're talking about coming out with an RX 550 low profile edition. Why? I thought that the Radeon drivers were discontinuing support for this stuff. Put a 9 style case, put a video card and a RevTech in it. Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be nice. I have a couple of RevTechs. But the RevTechs don't like any of the NVIDIA GPUs. Has to be AMD. But yeah, I kind of laughed a little bit here whenever I saw this. A low profile. They're giving you an HDMI output and a display in a single display port. So you got 2 video outs on it, so it can do 2 monitors. And it's got HDMI 2.0 and DisplayPort 1.4. GDDR5, 4 gigabytes. Ooh, so generous. Oh my god, it's like, why? Why now? That would be something that I'd love to ask. Be like, why now? Did you just like find like a big old box of this stuff, like like VGA cores in the corner, going, oh crap, we never sold these. Don't worry, we'll sit there and put this on a budget build and recommend this to everyone on AMD side. You know, like they do with the, oh god, what is it? The GTX 750 or whatever, or 770 or something like that. It was like a low profile card that like is sold on Newegg or whatever as your budget GPU, and it's like 2024. I mean, you would think that a 1070 Ti would be more of your budget-oriented GPU. They're still a good performance. Can't have your settings on max. It has enough VRAM in there for playing all your modern titles. So, I mean, and then they still mine. They only cost like, if you have 12 cents per kilowatt hour, you're looking at like 25, 26 cents per day. That's it. So, super budget orientated. 8 gigabytes of VRAM. TI is basically a little bit better of a binning for a little bit more wattage. Not by much. I'm talking like 5 to 10 watts while mining. While gaming on them, you unless you're sitting there really leaning on the GPU, you're not going to notice any real significant difference. If you're sitting there and gaming in 1080p, there's only so good of 1080p you can actually output before you have a zero-sum gain. So that's why 1070s are still a very good GPU. That's why if you go onto Steam and with their data that they collect with, you know, who's using what hardware, right? A 1060 is still up there as being a very well used GPU amongst gamers. So a 1070 would keep you relevant on most of the games for a very long time. So I mean, 1070s, what, you can pick them up for $100 to $200 in some markets. You know they're going to be mined on. Especially at this point, they've been mined on. If the seller says hasn't been mined on, it was mined on and maybe to death. So be careful with that, guys. And with that being said, we are coming up to that 1 hour mark. So if you guys got any comments or questions, certainly this is your time now. So if you guys got any questions for me, anything like that, hit me up. have my full attention. The wife's home. I'm gonna hop up out of here and spend some time with the wifey. It's like she's in the back of the house right now, trying to stay off camera. Not that she cares about being on camera. She's just got home from work. So has anybody got any? John Jermaine, $1.50 slash a day to run it. I'm not sure what you're talking about on that, John Jermaine. If you're making $1.50 and it's only costing you, let's say, 50 cents to run the equipment each day too, not bad. If it's an ASIC and you got terrible electricity where it's costing you $1.90 a day, then it's not worth running it. If it's costing you money, I would sit there and say that at that point, if it's going to cost you money to participate in the market, unless you are just hell bent and determined that no matter what you're going to mine, I can't help. It's like that's this different kind of discussion. Then you're just trying to participate because you want to participate. But if you're trying to collect as much Bitcoin as possible, and it's costing you $1.50 a day to run the equipment, then certainly turn that crap off and just buy Bitcoin directly. Then take that same $1.50 a day that you're willing to spend and get Bitcoin for it. You're having a better return on your investment. Remember, guys, at the end of the day, your equipment and your electricity is your investment into the market, and you should have a reasonable rate of return to make it viable for yourself. Not that there's an expectation, but at least that you're having a return coming back in that made it worth it to you as the individual, that this is the reason why I mine. So again, if it's going to cost me money to mine, my equipment's off. I'm going to run the least amount of hardware during times that are bad. There was a point where the only thing I had mining in that room were my CPUs, because that was the only thing that was efficient enough to warrant mining. Would I if times get bad again, am I going to turn my equipment off again? Hell yeah. One, it's preserving my equipment. So now my equipment is not being taxed on, So, I'm not going to have to worry about wear and tear on the fans. I'm not going to have to worry about wear and tear on the power supply, especially because I don't have them on any kind of battery backups or anything. They're just plugged into the wall. So if there's a power surge or anything, those power supplies take the brunt force of it. Especially if I'm not home when the power flickers. Normally if I see a power flicker, I turn my stuff off. But if I'm not home, power supplies have got to be able to handle it. And have I had power supplies die on me? Yep. And if I keep having equipment failures, there's that point where it's a negative rate of return because you're spending money to constantly update hardware because it keeps breaking. So if you got shitty electric coming to your facility or your home, you might not want to mine either because it'll be damaging equipment. Power supplies ain't cheap. Even my personal PC here, I have it on a battery backup because I have my hard drives on there. I don't want to have any kind of weirdness going on. I would rather have my power supply tell my computer to turn off nicely versus the power just cutting off, and God forbid if Windows is doing a stupid update in the background and corrupts your hard drive. So, yeah, I mean, like, it's hard to sit there and justify if it's going to cost you. I wouldn't even tell somebody to mine if it's going to cost them money. I got like friends in California. I tell them don't mind. They're paying like 40 something cents per kilowatt hour. That's not mineable territory. It's like you're better off if you want to mine to find a hosting facility that you can trust to be able to participate in the network. I've been thinking about doing that with my Bitcoin ASICs, sending those out to actually be hosted for me, and have some be able to have it set up where that's being hosted, and that will actually give me the ability to start buying hardware again for Bitcoin mining, because I'll actually have a place to be able to set the hardware. That's some of my holdbacks. I got a bunch of Bitcoin miners that I'd love to get going, but I can't. What up, Big Rome, my dog? What up, what up, what up? You're kind of catching me right as I'm about ready to get up out of here. But I am so glad you are here, homie. Don't worry, I have been working out. Did take a little hiatus with me going back to work, because trying to get back into the work swing and everything like that kind of disrupted my daily routine. And then now I gotta sit there and I'm changing I've changed over some of my diet and everything, and eating a lot better than I have been in a while, and trying to figure out at what point in time do I have the energy and what is best for me to work out, because I'm not going to get up any earlier than I am, and I'm not wanting to work out right before I go to work, because I'm on my feet all day. I don't want to be sitting there having the onset of soreness, but I have been getting back into it. So I just got done with the body soreness, and I'm going to be going back into my next cycle, because if any part of my body is still sore, I'm trying to let my body just kind of recover a little bit better so that I can still work. It's not like it was before I was working, where I can beat my body up to the point where I can barely move around the next day, and it was okay because I was home. I can do things at my leisure, but now that I got to work, I kind of got to cycle it around being able to still function the next day. So I'm figuring I'm just gonna do a slow roll into it, and get back into things that way, and then ramp it up from there. Oh yeah, cardio. Nice. What up, Gandhi? Yo. All the cool people start coming in right about when I'm about to get out of here. So, dang it. So definitely, everybody, smash that lizard like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. You know how YouTube likes it, guys. Yo. And with that being said, thank you everybody for being here. All that good stuff. Y'all are the reason why I do this as often as I humanly can. I know I've dropped off from doing as many videos as I was, but I'll sit there and get it leveled off. I'm in a much better work environment now. Yeah, I actually like where I'm at, and we'll see how this goes from here. So with that being said, guys, thank y'all for being here. Peace out, stay savage, may your watts be low and your hash be high. I'll see you on the next one. Yo.